Analog Obsession just released this cool dynamic processor. This plugin separates the attack from the release. As you can see here, we have two sections, the section above and the section below. One is dedicated fully to the attack of the signal, right? The attack of the signal would be the transient, the initial transient of a signal, the initial spike, the peak, right? Especially you will see that more in percussive elements, drums, snares, kick drum, toms, and stuff like that. Sometimes they are not gonna be very obvious, like in maybe guitars, bass, synthesizers, stuff like that. But we're going to work with drums in this case, right? So for the attack and release, this plugin separates it and it will process them individually, right? So for the attack we have, and for both, we have equalization, right? We can increase the lows and the highs of the attack only. So it's like the plugin by Eventide, right? What's the name of this plugin? Where you sort of separate, where you can EQ and compress differently attack and release. This is something like that, but not in a very digital way, in the sense of you don't have like a visual representation of what you're doing. You have knobs instead, right? But you have an EQ section where you boost or cut lows or highs. Also, you can compress only the attack, right, by increasing this knob. You can saturate only the attack in this case, or you can increase or decrease the volume of the attack alone. And the same goes to the release, right? The release is like the tail, it's like the body of the signal that doesn't belong to the attack, right? So it's like the final or final portion of a waveform where the attack is not. So you have the same parameters, right? EQ for the release, compression. You can increase the release by increasing the compression and saturation of the release. You have a fatter sound, right? So that's what these will do. Also, you have a volume for that, and this is a master volume for the overall processing of the plugin and overall mix knob. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Off and on. So yeah, let's check out these drums. For instance, so let's turn down the volume of the release. We have only the attack in this case, right? And let me do the opposite. That's the body or the release, okay? So we can add some wig to the transient. Okay, I'm gonna before. Let's compress it. Only the attack, right? Saturation. Okay, and let's do the opposite. Let's put everything to default here, and let's only process that release or the body of the signal. Okay. EQ, compression. Saturation. Maybe a little bit goes a long way. Let's apply some of compression here on the attack. It will make the signal definitely fatter and with more punch. Let me reduce this to compensate. Yeah, to add nice, interesting character. Before we can, for instance, reduce the lows on the attack. Before only the release. It will naturally bring out more of the room sound or like natural reverb. We can also play with the volume of each one. So yeah, that's the Attractor plugin by Analog Obsession.